As you may have heard, to mark Sir John A. Macdonald's 206th birthday on January 11th, over 160 historians, policy experts, educators, business leaders, public figures, and thought leaders signed a statement in defense of Sir John's legacy. MLI is proud to be spearheading this important initiative alongside the friends of Sir John A. Macdonald. Our statement was simple and clear. Canadians deserve to hear the full story of Macdonald and our history. Canadians benefit neither from a whitewashing of that legacy nor a caricature concocted by the most radical elements of woke society. If you're interested in expressing your support for this statement, check out the link in the description of this video and find the form at the bottom of the page to sign on. You might also consider donating to MLI. More on this below. Macdonald had remarkable accomplishments, most notably creating the Canada we understand today. He gave political and institutional form to the values and ideas that have shaped all of us, succeeding in creating a peaceful, prosperous, and indeed progressive nation. He did this against a backdrop of cultural and religious conflict, pressure from the United States, political factionalism, and regional distrust. His efforts, in large part, made us who we are today. But let us also be clear. Macdonald was a flawed man who undertook policies that, in some cases, had very real and negative effects on our country. Residential schools, the perpetuation of a paternalistic government, and other policies which were particularly harmful to Indigenous people have created lasting intergenerational pain and suffering. Our statement acknowledges this clearly. Macdonald's legacy must be told, warts and all. However, that did not stop the woke mob from calling us every name in the book and dismissing our call for balance. It was easy to predict that this simple call to look at Canadian history and figures like Macdonald in a dispassionate, objective, and well-reasoned fashion would elicit enraged criticism from the echo chamber of activists and silence from their sympathizers in the mainstream media. These radicals are desperate to present a revisionist, politicized view of history. They wish to apply an impossible moral standard to all figures, past and present. Yet they are quite blind to the possibility that future generations might look with disfavor on their own conscious and unconscious faults and failings. Instead of reducing his legacy to either his crowning accomplishments or his worst failures, we are aiming to create balance. By contrast, these critics who advocate the tearing down of statues and removing Macdonald's name from places of honor are attempting to cancel him, not understand him and his legacy. It does nothing to advance a constructive dialogue and instead fosters division, resentment, and ultimately presents only their radicalized view of history. Indeed, the larger effort to shame and erase Macdonald fails any genuine test of reconciliation. As Senator Murray Sinclair, who chaired Canada's Truth and Reconciliation Commission, has said, and I quote, "The problem I have with the overall approach to tearing down statues and buildings is that it is counterproductive to reconciliation, because it almost smacks of revenge or smacks of acts of anger. But in reality, what we are trying to do is create more balance in the relationship." End of quote. If you agree that we must endeavor to look at our history with a dispassionate eye, striving both to honor those who shaped our history, while also sincerely working in a spirit of reconciliation to right past wrongs, we hope you will consider supporting MLI so that we can continue this important work. I'm Brian Lee Crowley for the Macdonald-Laurier Institute.